Hi guys, Emily here. I just wanted to film my everyday makeup tutorial for you just to give you an idea. This is generally what I do for the most part when I'm going out of the house to wear makeup, and the colors can be interchangeable with things that if you have a certain go-to eyeshadow color, you could definitely swap that out. Just make sure that you coordinate the rest of the colors to your look. So if you would just like to try the colors that I've used here, that's a great, it's pretty neutral. The blush is a little bit warm, but otherwise I think it can work for any skin tones. So give it a try, and if you want to see any other tutorials, please feel free to comment below with those ideas, and I would be happy to take a look and answer any questions that you have. And I'm going to link all the products below in the description, so if you have any questions on that, just see below. And let's get started. Okay guys, so my face is totally moisturized, and I've added extra moisturizer to like my problem areas, the dry spots right here under my nose. You can see there's redness there, and then on my chin right here and underneath my eyes because there's fine lines there. It's just good to add a little bit extra moisture. Let that soak in for a little bit before you start your makeup. And then the first thing I'm going to do is use the Maybelline Master Prime. I use the Blur and Redness Control version because I do have a little bit of redness there and around my mouth area. So I just go ahead and put this on with my fingers. And I skip doing my eyelids because I don't want to have eyeshadow that is locked in place. I want to be able to blend it out, and if I use the primer there, it's not going to be nearly as blendable as if I just leave it off. I have a different way that I prime my eyelid, which I'll show you. Alright, so after I have done that, I'm going to go ahead and take my damp knockoff beauty blender that I got at TJ Maxx, and I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Lumi, and my color is like porcelain. I'm sure that doesn't shock anyone.
And I'll probably end up, cutting this part of me putting foundation on, but just get it all over evenly on your face.
Then I'm going to go ahead and start on my eyes, and I'm going to use my concealer, which is my L'Oreal True Match Super-blendable concealer, and I use the color Fair Light. And I just dab a little bit of that on my eyelids just to give myself a base to work with.
That's blendable, and this will make the colors be more true to life.
Once I've got that all covered up, then I'm going to go ahead and take, this is a Real Techniques setting brush. I picked that up at Ulta as well, and I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Naturale. It's a translucent powder. I believe it's the translucent rose. So I'm just going to dab that in there, tap that off, and hit my eyelids with that loosely. And then I'm going to go ahead, and today I'm using the Smashbox Full Exposure palette, and it's a mini palette that I picked up at Ulta. And there's this darker brown over here that I'm going to go ahead and use today. Any taupey brown color will work, so if you have a different eyeshadow, that was absolutely fine. And basically I'm taking this egg-shaped brush, and I'm going over the crease, and I'm just blending. and then going on the outside corner of the eye. And I'm just blending until you don't feel like blending anymore. Just blend, 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 blend. Just going right above, there's a bone right here, and you're just kind of going like right on that or just below it. Just kind of depends on where your crease is for your eye shape. And then I kind of just take my finger and make sure that that's cleaned up a little bit there. I'm going to take a little bit more and just kind of run it right under the outer corner of my eye right here. Okay, and then for my lids, actually I see some more blending that I need to do right here. Pardon my eyeshadow faces. Okay. And then for the lid, I'm going to go ahead and use the Real Techniques. This is the shading brush, and I also picked that up at Ulta. And I'm just going to use one of the other colors from this palette, this shimmery cream color right here. And I'm just going to start in the middle of the lid and then bring it on over to the inner corner and just kind of blend a little bit, but staying on the lid. And the same thing for the other side. And then I'm going to go in the inner corner with that color and dab a little there. And then just to intensify it a little bit, I take a little bit on my finger because it gets it more concentrated, and dab right in the center above your pupil. I'm going to take my eyeliner brush, and I've got my Tarte, it's cream eyeliner in brown. It's a clay pot Tarte eyeliner. I really like this and picked that also up at Ulta. You can use any cream eyeliner if you want. And I always do my waterline up here to intensify the lash line. That's just basically what I do because I have very blonde lashes, and any little bit of help I can get, I appreciate. So. Do the top liner as well. Actually, I'm going to use my, got like an angled brush right here, just like a generic brush that I have, and I'm going to put a little bit of eyeliner on that, and I am wiping that off pretty well. And adding that here, and I just do like a little bit of a smudge across the lid. And through to the inner corner there. Then for the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and just do that as well. I am going for a more smudgy, smoky look, but I do want to clean up this like tear line right here, and from the water line, some of the eyeliner will transfer, but you can just clean it up with a Q-tip. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of a lighter color. Also from this palette, I'm going to use a matte cream color for this highlight up here, just to stay more daytime. You could do a shimmer. It just depends. I mean, that's just the mood I'm in. I'm thinking I want to go matte for that. Here we go. And now it's time for lashes. And I'm going to go ahead and curl 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then do the ends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got my L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black mascara, my favorite mascara of all time. And I'm going to go ahead and apply mascara to both the bottom and the top lashes. Make sure you spend time on your bottom lashes. They're very important. And now I'm going to go ahead and do my highlight. So I'm going to go back and use the True Match concealer again. I have issues with dark under eye circles and a little bit of puffiness, as you can see, and that really doesn't ever go away for me. So that's why I like to especially use a concealer here. I'm going to go ahead and start adding that, and you do your crescent shape. I also have a lot of redness right here that I like to cover up.
And then around your mouth. Straight line down the nose. Above my brows.
All the places that you want to feature are what we're adding highlighter to right now. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my concealer brush just for the under eye part, just because I like to get it concentrated under there to get those circles covered. And then around my nose, I use the concealer or the concealer brush as well. Mine's broken. Okay, after I do that, I'm going to go ahead and come back in with my damp blender sponge.
And I'm just blending all that in. It's good to do, I feel like it's good to do your highlighting and your under eye concealing after you do your eyeshadow, because then you can cover up any fallout that you have.
I'm going to go ahead and take that setting brush again with that same translucent powder, dab it, tap it, hit that under there to set it. The last direction that you want to go is inward, especially if you have fine lines there. And then I'm going to set underneath my nose. And here, basically everywhere that I just had that. I'm going to go a step further and dab a little powder in that, on that puffy area that I have right there. All right, and then what I'm going to go ahead and do right now is fill in my brows. I can do a better tutorial on filling in my brows, but I don't want to make this one too long, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in Auburn, and I use an angled brush to do that. So I will go ahead and do that and get right back with you. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do the contouring with my bronzer. I use the Benefit Hoola bronzer. You could use any bronzer, but you don't really want to have a shimmer to your bronzer because it just doesn't work very well for a contour. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm using this e.l.f. Professional bronzing brush. It's like got a slant. It's not my favorite, but it does the job. And I'm just going to go ahead and go under this cheekbone right here. You can suck in your cheeks and gives you an area where to put it. And then I'm going to go ahead and just shade a little bit down the sides of my nose, on my chin, under my chin and my neck. And we're going to blend this all out too. So on the sides of my face. Okay, now I'm going to go back in and blend that with my e.l.f. Small stipple brush. The ones with the white tip at the end, that kind of gives you an indication that those have really light coverage at the end, which are good for blending. Make sure I really blend out this chin area and neck area. Then I'm going to go ahead and add my blush. Today I'm using this Milani Baked Powder Blush. This color is Luminoso. It's like an apricot peachy color. Any like neutral color or like a light pink would be really pretty for everyday look. I'm using this, it's like a generic powder and blush duo. This is the blush side, which I really like. And then I'm just going to give myself a smile and get the apples and kind of blend up just a little bit.
I can see it's already a little bit too much, so I'm going to have to blend that out.
I'm going to go ahead and blend, 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 blend. And then last but not least, I'm going to do my lips. And for those, I'm going to be using the Maybelline. I just use an eyeliner for lip liner when I'm doing this color lip. And it's, well, actually it's CoverGirl in Mink. And I'm just going to line the outside of my lips. And then I blend it with my finger. And over the top of that, I'm going to use the NYX. It's 522. The color is called Cirque. It's like a toffee color. Fill that in. And then I'm going to go over with the NYX Butter Gloss in Madeline. And there you go. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so there you have it. I think it's pretty basic routine. You know, it might be a little bit more than some of you are used to, and you can definitely take steps out, especially if the eye seems a little bit too dramatic for you. A couple things you can do. You could go ahead and do a lighter eyeshadow color, or you could also go ahead and skip the outer liner right here, but I think that it really makes your eye pop, especially focusing on the outer corner of the eye. It really helps give you that cat eye look, and it helps draw attention to your eyes by doing that. So, and it makes it so they're not closed off as well. Hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you'd like to see other videos in the future and what they would, what you would like to see. So have a great day. Thanks for watching. Please hit like below if you like this video and subscribe. I'd love to have you subscribe for more videos.